No, you're absolutely right, John. You're 100% right. And one thing that I always tell clients is that the easiest thing that I can sell you if you're thirsty is water.
Yeah.
So if you're desperate and if you just want to hear good news, yeah, that's really, really easy for me to sell you. However, what clients more often than not appreciate is the fact that you're being honest with them. So you tell them, listen, I don't know when your case is going to come to fruition, but I promise you that if there's something to be done, I will do it. I will be next to you, standing next to you. I'll be your comrade in arms, and we will get through this together. And so that has helped us tremendously. And not to I don't know. I don't want to boast or do anything of that, but one of the reasons why we enjoy a 5.0 stars on online on Avo and everything else is because we're literally just doing the bare minimum in my mind, which is that we're being honest,
Yeah.
and so honesty goes a long way. Most of the immigration lawyers that I know are competent. They're decent people, and so the way that you set yourself apart is by literally being available more so in difficult times rather than in good, answering phone calls, answering text messages, answering emails, and being there for them, because there's nothing more traumatic for these people than going through this process, this journey alone.
Hmm.
And so if you can be there for them, if you can reassure them that everything's going to be okay, or if things are not going to be okay, that you'll do everything in your power to make it okay, then I think you're going to stand out, and be a better lawyer for it.
That's perfectly worded. I 100% agree. Both setting the tone of the experience, both like expectations and expectations of the process and yourself, and just being there. A lot. It seems like half our work is just being a psychologist of sorts, a comrade, as you put it, to help them. That's what really people really want. And I think one of the main reasons people get frustrated is their lawyers may have too many cases and they don't have enough time to take that call or respond within a day or two. Sometimes it may take them a week. And when someone's stressing out, and I see clients losing sleep over stuff that has not, they read something online that has nothing to do with them, and they don't sleep for 3, 4 days, and then they call me. I'm like, why don't you just tell me it's nothing to do with your case? This is like completely something different, or the blog that you read is just wrong. That's not what the rules are, which is frequently now I see that happening. So just being there, following up. There's some lawyers now who have bigger teams, especially they have designated person they hire just to call every client once a month, just say, how are you doing? That's it. To try to catch something as a problem, and just remember we're there for you. Just let us know if there's we communicate. That communication level is the number one thing for, especially when you're doing USCIS, consular process, DOS kind of practice, maybe new IR, just constantly just touching base with them. And many times the client's like, you don't need to call me, I'm busy, but on your end, doing that extra is what creates that business and keeps it going.
Exactly, exactly. And one of the things that we do is that every single client has my personal cell phone number, and I've been very, very lucky because I can't think of any one of them who has abused it to the point
Yeah.
where I was like, okay, this I regret doing that. Just knowing that they have a lawyer's personal cell phone in their phone stored in case something happens or in case of an emergency goes a long way. We have not hired someone to make these calls, although that's a fantastic idea. I will tell you that no email, no text, no phone call goes unanswered more than 24 hours in my office. Even to the point where, for example, I just got to tell them I'm busy. I'll get back to you in 48 to 72 hours. At least they know
Acknowledge.
that their
Yeah.
concern has exactly acknowledgement. And maybe it has something to do with the fact that I've been through that process, but really on a human level,
Mhm.
you either care or you don't.
Yeah.
And so if you don't care, then you're probably in the wrong business. If you're in the business, if you got into immigration law because you want to make money, trust me, there's easier way to make money than immigration law. So you got to rethink that as well. But if you do this for the right reasons, then you're going to go far, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I have my cell phone out. My cell phone's on my website even, and in a lot of the Facebook groups and listener groups, everyone says the last thing you want to do is give yourself one out. That's crazy, this and that. But I've never had problems with doing this for 11 plus years. And no one's ever abused it. And just, I mean, clients after we file, like they disappear until the case is done. I really haven't followed up too much. So I don't do removal defense, which has different levels of stress on it. But nowadays, especially with the emails, people have to have worries and stuff. Just send me a quick email, and it's easy enough to do a quick response on a lot of this stuff. It's not something that's to be on hold. I mean, you got to be careful of who you accept as a client. If you see they're wild at the beginning, just, that comes with experience to be able to judge something like that. But it's just the way, I got this from when I would go to doctors, and some doctors would come and just say hi, and then a nurse would come and see me, and they would say, bye, here's the bill. And then, I'll go, and then it'll take like 3 weeks to get lab results for something that's pretty simple. And it's like, this is a human being. They're worried about their health. They want to talk to the doctor, not the nurse, not the wrong nurse, but they want to talk to the doctor. And, they want to get the results fast. And sometimes you get the results and they take 4 or 5 days just to call you and tell what the results are, even if it's something okay. So I took that bad example of how medicine has turned out, especially because the insurance system, that's a mess. And I was like, I don't want to have my legal practice that way. So I learned from the mistakes of our brothers and sisters in the medicine field.